We all want to build muscle faster. It's a common goal in the gym. But what if I told you that focusing on the stretch could be the key? This isn't about static stretching before your workout. This is about harnessing the power of stretch-focused training. Stretch-focused training emphasizes the stretched position of an exercise. This means really feeling the muscle lengthen under load. This technique can lead to significant muscle growth. It's backed by science and my own personal experience. Think about it. When you lower a weight, your muscles are stretching. This stretch, when done correctly, can trigger muscle protein synthesis. This is the process by which your body builds new muscle tissue. In the following sections, we'll delve into the science behind this method. We'll explore specific studies and practical tips to implement it. Get ready to unlock a new level of muscle growth. Your muscles are incredibly sensitive. They have sensors called mechanosensors. These sensors detect changes in muscle length and tension. When you stretch a muscle under load, these mechanosensors are activated. This activation signals to your body that the muscle fibers are being challenged. It's a call to action. Your body responds by initiating muscle protein synthesis. MPS is like construction work happening in your muscles. It's the process of repairing and rebuilding muscle tissue, making it bigger and stronger. Stretch-mediated hypertrophy is the term for muscle growth stimulated by stretching. It's a key mechanism by which stretch-focused training works. By emphasizing the stretched position, we can maximize this process and accelerate muscle growth. The beauty of stretch-focused training is its simplicity. It's about understanding how your body responds to specific stimuli. By manipulating these stimuli, we can optimize our training for maximum muscle growth. The concept of stretch-focused training isn't just a theory, it's grounded in scientific research. Numerous studies have demonstrated its effectiveness in promoting muscle growth. Let's examine 4 key studies that highlight its benefits on different muscle groups. This study compared muscle activation during preacher curls with different ranges of motion. It found that emphasizing the bottom stretched position led to greater muscle activation in the biceps. This suggests that focusing on the stretch can enhance muscle growth in the biceps. Researchers investigated the impact of stretch on muscle growth in the quadriceps, or front thigh. They found that performing leg extensions with a focus on the stretched position resulted in greater muscle growth compared to exercises that emphasized the contracted position. This study compared 2 common triceps exercises, cable pushdowns and overhead cable extensions. The results showed that overhead cable extensions, which emphasized the stretched position of the triceps, led to more significant muscle growth. Researchers examined the effects of different leg curl variations on hamstring muscle growth. They discovered that lying leg curls, which emphasized the stretched position of the hamstrings, were more effective than seated leg curls. These studies highlight a crucial aspect of stretch-focused training, the importance of the bottom position. The bottom position refers to the point in an exercise where the muscle is maximally stretched. It's in this position that the mechanosensors are most activated, triggering muscle protein synthesis. Think of it like stretching a rubber band. The further you stretch it, the more tension it holds. Similarly, the more you emphasize the bottom position of an exercise, the greater the mechanical tension on your muscles. This increased tension leads to greater muscle damage and subsequent repair, resulting in hypertrophy. However, it's crucial to emphasize that mastering the bottom position doesn't mean sacrificing good form. It's about finding the right balance between range of motion and maintaining control. You should feel a deep stretch in the target muscle, but not pain. By prioritizing the bottom position in your exercises, you can optimize the muscle growth stimulus. This approach ensures that you're maximizing the mechanical tension on your muscles, leading to greater hypertrophy gains over time. Section 5. Implementing stretch-focused training practical tips for optimal results. Now that you understand the science behind stretch-focused training, let's discuss how to implement it effectively. First, focus on the bottom position. As we've established, the bottom position is key. Don't rush through it. Control the weight and really feel the muscle stretch. Hold the stretch for a second or 2 before reversing the movement. Second, select exercises wisely. Not all exercises are created equal when it comes to maximizing stretch. Choose exercises that allow for a full range of motion and emphasize the stretched position. Third, try lengthened partials. This technique involves performing partial repetitions in the stretched portion of an exercise. It's an advanced technique, but it can be very effective for stimulating muscle growth. Remember, consistency is key. Incorporate these principles into your training consistently, and you'll start to see results. Section 6. Targeting biarticulate muscles. Maximizing growth through strategic exercise selection. When incorporating stretch-focused training, it's particularly beneficial to target biarticulate muscles. These muscles cross two joints, making them highly responsive to stretch-mediated hypertrophy. Here are some examples of exercises that effectively target biarticulate muscles. Romanian deadlifts, or RDLs, are excellent for targeting the hamstrings, a biarticulate muscle group responsible for hip extension and knee flexion. The movement emphasizes the stretched position of the hamstrings at the bottom of the exercise, maximizing muscle activation. Bulgarian split squats target the quads, another biarticulate muscle group. The split stance and deep range of motion create significant stretch on the quads, particularly in the front leg. Pull-ups are a compound exercise that engages multiple muscle groups, including the biceps and lats, both biarticulate muscles. The full range of motion, from a dead hang to chin over the bar, ensures a deep stretch and maximal muscle activation. By incorporating these exercises into your routine, you can effectively target biarticulate muscles and maximize their growth potential through stretch-focused training. Section 7. Lengthened partials. A powerful technique for enhanced muscle growth. For those seeking to take their stretch-focused training to the next level, lengthened partials offer a potent tool. This technique involves performing partial repetitions within the stretched portion of an exercise, further amplifying the mechanical tension on the muscle fibers. Here's how to implement lengthened partials. First, select an exercise that allows for a controlled stretch. Good examples include Romanian deadlifts, Bulgarian split squats, and preacher curls. Next, perform the eccentric or lowering phase of the exercise as usual, reaching the fully stretched position. Then, instead of returning to the starting position, perform partial repetitions within the bottom third of the movement. Finally, maintain constant tension on the muscle throughout the set. Lengthened partials are an advanced technique and should be approached with caution. It's essential to start with lighter weights than usual and gradually increase the load as your muscles adapt. Proper form and control are paramount to avoid injury. My journey with stretch-focused training, a personal perspective. As someone who has dedicated years to researching and experimenting with muscle growth techniques, I can confidently say that stretch-focused training has been a game-changer for me and countless others. By prioritizing the stretched position in my exercises, I've experienced significant improvements in muscle size and strength. Initially, I was skeptical. Like many, I was taught to focus on the concentric or lifting phase of an exercise. However, once I delved into the scientific literature and began implementing stretch-focused principles into my training, I was amazed by the results. My muscles felt more worked, and I noticed visible gains in size and definition. What I appreciate most about stretch-focused training is its simplicity and effectiveness. It's not about complex techniques or fancy equipment. It's about understanding how your muscles respond to stretch and applying that knowledge to your training. Embrace the stretch, a call to action for enhanced muscle growth. The pursuit of muscle growth is a journey of continuous learning and adaptation. Stretch-focused training represents a paradigm shift in how we approach resistance training, moving away from solely emphasizing the concentric phase and embracing the power of the stretch. I encourage you to incorporate the principles outlined in this essay into your training. Experiment with different exercises, prioritize the bottom position, and challenge yourself with lengthened partials. Listen to your body, focus on proper form, and be patient with the process. The journey to building muscle is unique for everyone. What works best for one person may not be optimal for another. Embrace the process of experimentation. Find what works best for you, and never stop seeking knowledge. Disclaimer: prioritizing safety and seeking professional guidance. The information presented in this essay is intended for educational purposes only and should not be construed as medical advice. Before starting any new exercise program, it's crucial to consult with a qualified healthcare professional to assess your individual needs and risks. Proper form and technique are essential to prevent injuries. If you experience any pain or discomfort during exercise, stop immediately and seek guidance from a qualified professional. Stay connected. Join the journey of muscle science exploration. The field of muscle science is constantly evolving, with new research emerging all the time. Stay informed about the latest findings and advancements by following me on social media and checking out my website. Together, let's continue to push the boundaries of muscle growth and unlock our full physical potential.